Sorry. I didn't mean to. You were so focused I didn't want to interrupt.
Sneaking up on people while they're training is dangerous.
You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No, I'm fine. Is there something you want to ask me?
I was just wondering, how come you're always training so hard?
I'm gonna be a knight, and a knight's gotta be strong, right?
But that means you'll have no choice except to march into battle.
So, that's kind of the point. It's our duty to fight.
So, the more battles you win, the more dangerous they'll become.
I'm not afraid, Celica. I can't protect anyone if I don't fight. Besides, I'm strong in body and mind. I can stand up to any foe.
I guess you're right. I'm sorry, I'm just worried about you.
Why is that?
You remind me of a childhood friend. His name is Alm. He was always very brave, even when we were children. But once he became strong enough, he cast himself into war. Our opposing views led to an argument, and I said something terrible to him. I couldn't stop him from fighting, so I lost him as a friend. That can't happen to you.
You're worried I'll push the people close to me away? I won't let that happen.
How can you be so sure?
Because of my sister. She can be kind of bossy, but she's cautious. She's always complaining to me about, well, me, but I know she'll stop me if I try to do something reckless. It's in those moments I realize that she complains because she cares.
You trust your sister to look out for you, but what about when she's not around?
That's when my friends are there for me. They're sure to set me straight. For example, I know I can count on you.
How do you know that?
You came to talk to me because you're worried. It shows you care. So I'll be fine no matter where I am or who I'm with, especially if it's you.
Okay, if I'm by your side, promise me something. If I warn you you're being reckless, you'll stop and think it through. I don't want war to get in the way of our friendship like it did with Alm.
You got it, Celica. It's a promise. If I'm ever about to do something stupid, just let me know. And in return, I'll become strong enough to protect everyone.
Thank you. I'll remember your promise. There were too many injuries in that last battle.
You always look so miserable after a battle, Celica.
Because it's all so avoidable. Nobody would get hurt if nobody fought, right?
Of course, there's no denying that.
I believe war should be avoided. Cut it off at its roots and find a different way.
You're right. I think that same thing whenever we fight. I can't help but wonder if there's a peaceful resolution.
I'm glad to hear I'm not alone in my thoughts.
The thing is, I haven't been able to find that peaceful resolution. When the time comes, all I can do is fight to protect my friends.
It's the same for me. But I don't want war to become such a natural thing. So in times like those, I pray for the goddess to have mercy and end the war.
So, you're pretty spiritual?
I am a princess of Zofia, as well as a priestess of the Earth Mother, Milla. Milla is the goddess who created our kingdom, and she blesses our land.
So it's the goddess that fills you with such affection and kindness. But ultimately, the decision of how to act is up to you?
And act I must. I once failed to protect a dear friend due to my indecision. But indecisiveness doesn't seem to be a problem for you. I'm a little jealous. You always know exactly what to do, and you act with such confidence.
Well, between you and me, I'm not all that confident. What if there's some angle I missed, some option I overlooked? Is the path I've chosen the right one? What if it leads to innocent people being dragged into my problems? I worry about these things constantly.
I had no idea you felt that way.
All I can do is try to make decisions I won't regret later. If I've honestly done all I can, I must accept the results and move on.
You really are strong, Corin. I could learn a thing or two from you. I will do everything within my power. Maybe then I can solve things peacefully. At least that's how I feel after speaking with you.
I think speaking with you has allowed me to clear my head too. Until the day these wars end, let's work together to do all we can.
And if we do, maybe one day war will be a thing of the past. Do you think so?
I do, Celica. Let's give it our all.
There were too many injuries in that last battle.
You always look so miserable after a battle, Celica.
Because it's all so avoidable. Nobody would get hurt if nobody fought, right?
Of course. There's no denying that.
I believe war should be avoided. Cut it off at its roots and find a different way.
You're right. I think that same thing whenever we fight. I can't help but wonder if there's a peaceful resolution.
I'm glad to hear I'm not alone in my thoughts.
The thing is, I haven't been able to find that peaceful resolution. When the time comes, all I can do is fight to protect my friends.
It's the same for me. But I don't want war to become such a natural thing. So in times like those, I pray for the goddess to have mercy and end the war.
So you're pretty spiritual.
I am a princess of Zofia, as well as a priestess of the Earth Mother, Milla. Milla is the goddess who created our kingdom, and she blesses our land.
So it's the goddess that fills you with such affection and kindness. But ultimately, the decision of how to act is up to you.
And act I must. I once failed to protect a dear friend due to my indecision. But indecisiveness doesn't seem to be a problem for you. I'm a little jealous. You always know exactly what to do, and you act with such confidence.
Well, between you and me, I'm not all that confident. What if there's some angle I missed, some option I overlooked? Is the path I've chosen the right one? What if it leads to innocent people being dragged into my problems? I worry about these things constantly.
I had no idea you felt that way.
All I can do is try to make decisions I won't regret later. If I've honestly done all I can, I must accept the results and move on.
You really are strong, Corin. I could learn a thing or two from you. I will do everything within my power. Maybe then I can solve things peacefully. At least that's how I feel after speaking with you.
I think speaking with you has allowed me to clear my head too. Until the day these wars end, let's work together to do all we can.
And if we do, maybe one day war will be a thing of the past. Do you think so?
I do, Celica. Let's give it our all.
Celica, there you are. I've just heard quite an interesting rumor about you.
Oh no. What was it?
Nothing egregious, of course. Just that you come from a royal bloodline.
That's true, Xander. You didn't know that I'm the Princess of Zofia?
Oh, my apologies. I did not mean to offend. It's just your demeanor, rather than dignified and stoic, you are merciful and compassionate.
Well, for the most part, I was raised in a monastery. So maybe that's what threw you off.
Perhaps. Tell me, how did a member of a royal family come to live at a priory?
By the time I was born, the kingdom of Zofia had already become unstable. I was forced to leave the palace, but luckily I met a protector of sorts. I stayed with him a while, until I was forced to go into hiding.
I don't know what to say. I'm sorry for bringing up this terrible experience.
Don't be. If it hadn't happened, I never would have found my calling as a priestess.
Really? I assumed you chose that path because your royal status put you at risk.
Not at all. If people knew I was still alive, they'd start a war on my behalf. But to say would destroy them. I have no interest in starting another war.
I cannot believe this. Lady Celica, you are willing to watch your kingdom fall into ruin just to avoid bloodshed? That's a betrayal of your people. If a kingdom is in chaos, it is the duty of a royal to put an end to it.
Even if that means asking people to risk their lives and everything they have?
Of course. A royal must not only protect the kingdom, but the future of its people.
No. I couldn't bear to see the people I love be sent off to their certain demise.
It's not easy, but neither is condemning them to a life of sadness and oppression.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
You hate war and respect peace and kindness. Those are good qualities. Yes, war leads to death, but some causes are worth the sacrifice. You were born to carry the weight of that responsibility.
You're right. Maybe I've turned my back on my kingdom for too long. Thank you for reminding me of who I am and of my duty to my people.
I hope I haven't overstepped too much. Even I need to be reminded of my royal responsibilities every now and again. In fact, this conversation has made me anxious to get back to my kingdom.
I don't blame you. But there are people who need saving here first.
True. If I can't save this kingdom, then I will never be able to save my own. Until we return home, I'm honored to fight by your side, Lady Celica.
And I'm honored to fight beside you. But now, we should rest while we can. Hello, Anna. You've always worked in this world, right?
Yep. Gotta earn that coin. Why do you ask?
It's just odd that people from other worlds seem to already know you.
They just have me confused with Annas from their own worlds. You probably had one in your world, too. Maybe working at a shop? Or an inn?
Maybe. I don't recall seeing anyone like you.
Wait a minute. Does that mean I'm the first Anna you've ever met?
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I think so?
It can't be. But surely you've met my sisters in this world, right?
Sisters? I've seen you around, all around this world, but that wasn't you? Not a single time?
That's right. Not a single one. Are you friends with any of my sisters?
Well, no. We never really got to talking.
So that means I'll be the first Anna you're friends with.
I guess? This is all very confusing, Anna.
No, it's exciting. I never get to experience this.
Experience what?
Everyone always makes friends with my sisters first and then realizes I'm me. I've always been the umpteenth Anna anyone's ever met. I never thought I'd get to be someone's first Anna.
Wait, what's wrong? Are you crying?
I'm so happy. For the first time in my life, I feel like someone sees me as myself.
That's not true, Anna. We all know you're you. We could really use an Anna in Zofia. There aren't too many shops like yours in my home kingdom.
Zofia, huh?
What is it?
Once we settle the problems in this world, I'll come to Zofia.
What? I'd be more than glad to have you, but is that even possible?
I'll have to work out the details, but I'll find a way there. Zofia sounds like a land of pure profit, seeing as there's no competition. If I bring items from this world, I can sell them as rare items at a huge markup.
That is some business sense. I'm sure your shop would really thrive.
But I give you a special discount, of course. I'm your first Anna, so you deserve extra special treatment.
Oh, Anna, thank you. When you get there, I'll be glad to help out.
Someday, this will be reality, and I'll make both of us rich.
Prince Marth, your kingdom is in Arcanea, correct?
That's right. I didn't realize you'd heard of it.
It's probably coincidence, but there's a land by the same name in my world. It should be at peace right now, but your country is at war, right?
Yes. The situation is beyond grave. Not only did I lose my own kingdom, but the entire continent is now fighting. So if I want to save my kingdom, I must save all the others as well.
That's pretty similar to the War of Shadows.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, never mind. It just reminds me of something else. The Arcanea of my world had a major war too. It lasted for years and there were many deaths. It was so tragic. It looks like you're resolved to fight, but I wonder if that's the best way. War takes such a toll on the people. Are there no peaceful solutions?
I often wish there were. But unfortunately, some foes simply cannot be reasoned with. My father fought for Arcanea, and he gave his life. So now it's up to me to carry on that fight. I was born a Prince of Altea, and it was my father's dying wish that I rule.
But just because you were born a prince doesn't mean you have to fight. War leads to more war, which leads to more tragedy. It's unending. And even if you survive this battle, you may not survive the next.
Even so, Celica, it is my choice to fight.
Is there no way to stop you?
I can't protect my loved ones by sitting on the sidelines. Nevertheless, you have opened my eyes to a new perspective.
I have?
Citizens dragged into war have more to lose than their lives. They can lose hope. I must have forgotten that, after so much time on the battlefield. We must fight for now, but I will keep the importance of peace in mind.
It makes me happy to hear you say that, Marth. And to know that someone like you believes peace after war is possible. I may not have much to offer, but at the very least, allow me to pray for your safety and that you achieve your goals.
Thank you, Celica. I'll do my best to see that your prayers are answered.
Ouch!
Is your foot still troubling you?
A bit, but it's nothing serious. I can still walk. See? Ow, ouch.
Don't be silly. Sit down, be still, and let me heal you. There. That should take care of the pain, but you should stay off it for a while.
I'm sorry, but I can't afford to. Whenever Marth and the others charge into battle, I must be there with them.
You ask too much of yourself. Your foot will never heal properly if ignored.
Oh, it's fine. I ride a Pegasus after all. I don't need my feet to fight.
You're so stubborn when it comes to Marth. Isn't there something you can do for him without putting yourself at risk? You could be a messenger, for instance, or supervise our defensive position.
Both of those are important, it's true. But they're not for me. I want to be right there with him, helping him in every way that I can. If that makes me selfish, I apologize.
You have nothing to apologize for. I know the feeling very well.
Who is it in your case? Where are they?
Oh, he's not with me right now. His name is Alm. I couldn't abide by his decision to forge ahead in battle. There's nothing I can do now but pray to my goddess for his safety. If only I had chosen to support him in person, as you do.
That choice must eat at you. Still, I'm sure that someday you'll get your wish.
Yes, that is my aim, should we meet again in my world. We lived together briefly when I was younger. Those were the days. I was capable of anything when he was at my side.
It's the same for me and Marth. I hope you're reunited with Alm again soon, Celica.
Thank you. So do I. Sita, if you feel you must be at the front with Marth, I'll support you.
Aw, that's very kind of you.
Thinking back on my own past has helped me understand how you feel. I promise to help you look after Marth as your injuries heal. It's the least I could do for a friend.
Thank you, Celica. I consider you a friend as well. If I have your support, then you have mine too.
What's Tiki doing napping without a blanket? She'll catch a cold. She looks so innocent when she sleeps, just like a normal little girl. I can't believe such terrible power resides in such a small body.
Are you scared of me, Celica?
Tiki, you're awake!
Does Dragon Tiki scare you? It's okay if you want me to keep my distance.
No, I don't want that. It's not that I think you're scary. I was just thinking how strange it is that you can become so powerful.
But it's not strange at all. All Manakets can turn into dragons.
It may be normal for you, Tiki, but there are no Manakets where I'm from.
No? That's too bad. What's your world like, anyway? I'd love to hear all about it.
Well, I'm from a land called Valentia. It's a continent that was formed by the sibling gods Duma and Milla.
Whoa, sibling gods. I hope they got along.
Actually, they didn't. They fought often. Duma thought power was everything, but Milla just wanted to live with nature. Ultimately, they couldn't reconcile, so they split Valentia in half. So 2 countries came to be. The Regalian Empire, protected by Duma, and the Kingdom of Zofia, protected by Milla. That was my kingdom. The people of Zofia deemed Milla the Earth Mother.
Oh, that sounds sweet. But why?
Because she protects the land like a mother. She's actually a bit like you.
That doesn't sound like me. What do you mean?
Well, on the one hand, she's sweet and gentle. She blesses the land and people. But she also possesses tremendous power, just like you.
I don't know, Celica. I think you're more like Mila than I am.
What makes you say that?
You're kind and strong, like a mother. It's what I like most about you. I'd love to see your home kingdom someday.
Well then, by all means. You have an open invitation to Valentia. I'll show you all the sights, and we'll go to the Temple of Milla.
Yay! I love sightseeing.
And I love talking about Zofia, so I can't wait to show you around.
Hey, Celica. I notice you still seem a little shy around me. Why is that?
I do? Oh, pardon me then. I don't mean to come across that way.
I saw you were bored, but you didn't call me over. I wanted to say I wouldn't mind.
That's kind of you, but I wouldn't want to be a bother.
Isn't that what friends are for? Though maybe a princess isn't used to that.
Oh no, I had many friends in my village and at the priory. Besides, a princess I may be, but you are nobility yourself, aren't you, Lindis?
By blood, maybe. But I grew up on the plains. Lady never sat right with me.
I too spent most of my life outside of a castle. The priory was my home.
Huh, I didn't know that. I guess we're not so different then.
But you were raised not knowing that you were of noble blood, right? Whereas I knew from the start.
And you still didn't go back home?
It would have meant my life. I only left the castle with another's aid. Afterward, there was a coup. All royals besides me were put to death. That's what being royalty has meant for me. A princess's reward for surviving an assassination is nothing but open war.
I can sympathize, believe it or not. My family were also slaughtered. But once I found out about my heritage, things improved. I met my grandfather, and I made a lot of friends. All in all, my life hasn't been so bad. Surely you have someone to live for too.
Yes. Yes, I suppose I do.
Just think, if you hadn't been born a princess, you might never have met them. So don't be too quick to diminish your bloodline.
You're right.
Whether I'm a noble or just plainsfolk, family is family. The important thing is what you can do for the people who matter.
Thank you, Lindis. I see now that I was being a tad selfish, and that self-pity may have brought grief to those important to me. I should have seen the proper behavior from the start. I vow to accept what I am, and to consider what I can do for those I love. I would include you among them, Lindis.
Hey, the feeling's mutual. I already feel like we're fast friends. And friends don't worry about bothering each other when they're bored.
Point taken. Thank you, Lindis.